It's episode 2, and we're in Miami, and I'm in the mood for a Cuban sandwich.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Like a Mardi Gras, everybody party all day, no work, all play, okay? So we sip a little something, leave the rest to spill. Me and Charlie at the bar running up a high
will.
less than ill when we dress to kill.
Yes, it is Sunday. It's Big Willie style. We're in Miami.
Hello, I can feel the heat.
Ooh, I can feel it radiating from you. It is Sunday. Welcome to Real Housewives of Atlanta After Show for AfterBuzz TV. I am your host, Lian Castillo, Hollywood Lian. We are missing Drew, but we have the girls with us, my fabulous panel of women.
Yes, I'm here, Miss Conversation Piece.
What's up, party people? Erika Edwards.
Hi.
Hi.
South Peach, that's the name of the episode. First of all, have we been to Miami, Erika?
Hello, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we've all been to Miami?
Yes, we have.
Ooh, Cuban sandwiches?
Yes, the Cuban
No.
food is amazing.
What? Wait, combo, what?
You know I don't eat meat.
Oh,
Oh, I
I'm
did
so
not know
over
that,
these
actually.
vegetarian, these baby vegans.
Baby vegans, right?
Baby vegans, me and Erika could talk about that forever. Guys, we have a fabulous show for you. We have a loaded news and gossip section for you tonight. We have an MVP. We have the Twitter sphere. We're going to be reading your tweets, so make sure to follow us on all social platforms. Send us your tweets if you want to be featured on AfterBuzz TV in the tweet section. And also make sure to subscribe, because we'll shout you out as well. We have a fabulous show. Let's jump in. It's a watch. It's not a ring. It's a continuation of last week's episode. We thought we were going to get a ring, but no, she got a Rolex.
Well, overall, I think this episode was really good because just like the camaraderie. They didn't fight, not one time.
Positive.
And this
Yeah.
is very rare. Like, somebody's going to get into a fight. And I feel like, Porsha bringing everyone together and, just everybody bearing the hatchet was great.
Overall, it was cool. I mean, a little bit slow for me. I feel like it's a little bit of a filler, but fun.
You want to see some fights, right?
Not fights, but
We're starting the track off kind of slow. It's a slow build.
right. It's really slow. We still haven't seen the new housewife yet.
Yeah.
I mean, they're kind of.
I really wanted to meet her tonight.
Yeah, I thought we were going to finally meet her, so they keep previewing her or whatever. So, yeah, to me, it was a little bit of a filler, kind of, but cute, I guess.
Rolex, do we have one?
No.
Rolex, do we have one?
No, exactly. We knew the box was big, so he keeps
I
giving her
know.
these, huge boxes.
I'm not
and it's
mad at the gifts, though.
It's all right, I mean, I'm happy for the gifts, but it's why take me ring shopping and then keep giving me random stuff? Okay.
Random is not a Rolex. I will take that any day. It holds
Thank
its
you.
value.
It's a great start.
It's a great start. And first of all, I need to be surprised. So don't take me ring shopping like we said last week, and then the next weekend propose to me. So
I want to be in
keep me-
suspense.
Exactly. So I think that's what he's doing. And those expensive gifts, keep them coming, baby. Keep them coming.
Whatever. Take me shopping for a Rolex. If you take me shopping for a ring, then yeah, I want a ring. That's it.
Well, pretty hurts, and I'm choking in this dress, baby. It's a Rolodex of friends. She wants to know, have you met Nene? Have you met Porsha? I mean, have you met Kandi? Have you met Marlo? Who have you met? Since we're in Miami, Swagalicious is opening up. Miami is the hot spot, and Nene's performing, so it's kind of like a double-edged sword here. It's a double feature. We have the Swagalicious booth, and Nene's performing, so... We're moving in silence, as Nene says. We gotta move in silence because the haters are always trying to chase us.
Well,
Hell.
she's busy and booked, but I don't think the haters were chasing her this time. It was all love. They all came to support her. That was super cool because this is her first time back on stage after the whole rape comment that kind of brought her down. And then
That was so abrasive the way you said it. But
mean,
it's the truth. That's what it
yeah.
was. It was a bad rape joke. But I feel like Nene has learned how to handle the hecklers. This is what she's learned. And, I ain't talking to you, and I'm going to kick you out. So I think it's kind of like a good philosophy. It's a good fresh start. It's a clean slate. Right. Everybody messes up. I mean, people are looking back 14 years of your tweets to try to find something. So I feel like everyone's going to get in trouble. Even I've gotten in trouble before. So,
that's what security's for. Kick them out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. We get into this very weird spot here with Porsha and her man. We want to get you guys involved. We want to know. We're going to do a poll, and we want to be active with it. We are seeing you guys in the live chat. Hi, Penny Ritchie. Hi, Joseph. Nikhil. Yes, it's the sisterhood season. I do like this. But here's the thing, guys. Do we share toothbrushes with our significant others? This is what we need to know, because I automatically thought it was super gross, and I was kind of like, he doesn't want to give it to you. Like, clearly he's not moving because he doesn't want to give you his toothbrush. What do we think about this?
Do we share dental floss?
No.
Exactly. So no toothbrushes either. Use your own toothbrush. Use your finger if you have to. Use anything but your
I mean, I
significant
have
other's
before. I'm
toothbrush.
not going to lie. I have before.
The only time I've used my boyfriend's toothbrush is when he made me mad, and I used it to do my edge control.
Ooh.
I mean, I do think it's disgusting if it's better than like your finger and having bad breath. So I'll give you that. Like if you're at somebody's house and you forget your toothbrush or something. But it was interesting the way they shot it, because she kept emphasizing we do this every day. And I'm like, well, we haven't seen the footage every day. Like you haven't shown us this.
She
like,
does have a history kind of embellishing
right. And
her
I was
love
just like,
stuff.
I was like, okay, you have enough of a storyline, Porsha. Chill out with the toothbrush. Like, I just felt like it was kind of rather contrived, because she kept pushing, we do this all the time and you're pretending now. And it's like, pretending for who? You know what I mean? It was just a little scripted and kind of contrived for me.
So you think it's better to use your significant other's toothbrush versus your finger?
I mean, it depends on the scenario.
I've done
honestly.
the finger. I've done the finger
I've done
thing.
the finger. It kind of depends on, what's going to go down in the AM, to be honest. So, yeah. Because it ain't nothing like you try to have a cute early morning moment with morning breath. So, I will
say you
avoid
just roll
that.
over and do it.
Roll over and do
If
what?
you love me, you love my morning breath.
Oh, no. Well,
I mean, it depends on what's
you
going
don't
on.
have to
It
kiss
depends-
in the morning
Right,
to
it
do
depends on
stuff.
what it depends on what you have going on. It depends on a lot of different things. But I mean,
Well, let us know in the live chat. So far, y'all are fighting about Portia's money. So let us know when you guys want to talk about the toothbrush thing. Let us know. Send us a tweet at Hollywood Lian. #AfterBuzz. We're in the car with all the girls. They're just surprising us. It's like a clown car. The whole cast. It's like Marlo and Kandi and Eva and Cynthia. And they're giving us positive vibes. Yes, it's the sisterhood of the traveling Versace outfit.
How did Porsha get her Versace outfit?
Well, she
Left it in the
she
room.
well, yeah. Marlo's like, she spread her seat everywhere.
Yeah.
So she's like, you know what? I'm gonna put this thing on, and I'm glad she did. Stretch it out in that booty. I like it. Everyone's just being positive. They are together in Miami. He left her in the middle of the night and he came back at 4 a.m. This is what we need to talk about. This is something really interesting. Like, Portia's playing this up, blowing up this love story, which is fine. We want to see you in love. We want to see you happy. But this is not going down the right way. We would not be having this manufactured toothbrush kind of morning, especially if your ass left at 1:30 in the morning and came back at 4 a.m.
Well, I
What
mean,
were you doing?
We're on vacation, so you're allowed to stay out late. You're allowed to drink a little more.
But you know what, though?
You can even drink in the morning.
Nothing happens after good. Nothing happens after 12 a.m. Like, you know what? Everyone's trying to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. That's what the song goes. What are you doing out at 1:30 a.m. with your boys?
all right. Well, so two things on that, and one later we'll get into. I forgot I did hear some news about Portia's situation, but for me, this whole Porsha thing and Dennis is feeling more and more contrived, because even
Contrived
when
or manufactured or both?
both, right, exactly, manufactured. And because even at dinner, she's like, oh, Nene asked me all these questions, but I'm not asking him anything because other girls, like, you can't ask him where he went to school. Like, the whole,
real?
her
What is
whole
that
thing
about?
to me has very much Kenya vibes to it. When Kenya was trying to get her man and she's playing like...
It's a common theme, and it's happening in the Real Housewives of OC, which I'm on tomorrow night. Like, what is up with this desperado kind of like, vibe?
I think when you fall in love so fast, because they said they fell in love on the first date. First of all, she's a public figure. He's thirsty for a come up. I feel like any man that tries to like move so fast on a woman who's in the public eye and he's not, I feel
she
like
should tread lightly.
Exactly. And he popped the baby in her so quickly.
And also, that evening, even before he left, I was like, okay, she's wearing this booming dress. She's like, oh, I'm choking. She can't eat, I assume, because she was choking on her neck, and I assume her stomach was tight. And then he, after all that, she's all sexy and stuff, and he's like, I want to go to the club. And she was the one who basically tried to stretch out on the bed because she didn't want to go clubbing. So
I was confused,
it's not
though.
so surprising that he then later went out because he already was like, I'm trying to go out. So he's already on some other type of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, she's there with her girls to support Nene as well. So it was kind of like a
Was
dual
it the
trip.
same night that she went out with Marlo?
No, this was the night before.
Yeah, it was
they
the night
had
before.
dinner.
So
and
she
was
stayed
like,
in the room, right? When
she
he
was like, okay. And he's like, oh, we're not going anywhere. So I assume he hit it and she went to sleep and he went to the club, which is like crazy.
It is kind of crazy.
And then
think
ain't nothing open after 2 but legs. And if
That's
he was
exactly what I'm trying to say. I'm like,
he
nothing
wasn't with
good.
her.
That's not true. Out of California, you know, clubs
girl.
stay open later, like till 6 a.m. So he went to the club.
What kind of club is this?
First of all, he
Miami
said his
club
boy
stay
was
open
in
at
the
6.
hotel. So who else is in the hotel?
If you're up at a club at 5 a.m., you's doing something.
Exactly.
And you're trying to get down. Like, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. unless you're trying to get down. I see y'all talking about the toothbrush, and you're saying it's nasty.
Well, he came home by 4, so the club closes at 5.
Well, Marlo starts up immediately with the rooms. Marlo is so extra. We do have a photo for y'all because we shady. She doesn't like small places. Marlo, really? Oh, because we have this collage, a plethora of mugshots, so you will, because we're just so shady here at AfterBuzz TV. It's Bravo, and I mean, you guys love the shadiness.
Well, I don't
it's
think
all about the tea.
I don't think she loves small spaces because she wasn't trying to stay in jail. She got bailed out really quick, I think.
Exactly.
Although,
Which
I
photo
will
is the
say,
best?
For all of these photos, she looks very good, low on makeup, but still really nice. So
Yeah,
I
like
think
white
she's
teeth. She has lip gloss on.
She seems like she doesn't seem distressed or upset or
She
anything.
doesn't. She seems very calm.
I believe she is used to small spaces, and she's not uncomfortable in jail, which isn't a bad thing.
Nene's
I mean, it's
like,
not
you
horrible.
is used to the projects. Come on, girl.
No, she's used to having bail money on deck.
So, anyways, yeah, that's her little Marlo shady
I mean, that
corner.
one with the bob. Now she does look like she's gonna, really do some real crime in that particular photo. But the other ones are very nice.
Exactly. For those listening to us on iTunes, thank you. And we just put up a photo of Marlo and her indiscretions. But
How many
we're
mug
moving
shots
on.
does she have?
It was 7.
Okay.
We are dealing with this room situation. Porsha thought she had handled it with these little notes and these directions, but we all know not everyone always follows suit. You guys should have known that Marlo was going to do something, so yeah, she did it. She straight up moved Porsha's stuff downstairs, basically swapped the room out, completely ridiculous. Nobody knew about it. We go, Nene's show is approaching, and Greg can't do all the roles that he used to do. This is where it shifted for me in the episode. I just could not stop thinking about Greg and his health from that moment on in the episode. It really took a turn for me, and I started thinking about all the what ifs and what could happen, and I really started to feel for Nene, and I got emotional. We've been watching these women for so long, and we have this connection and these bond, and we talk about their lives. So when stuff like this happens, it's a shock to us as well. So we want to send Nene and Greg nothing but love and recovery vibes, but it's just really scary to think about. What do we think?
Greg is definitely being a trooper, and I feel like when you're going through something like cancer, you have to keep your spirits up. You have to kind of keep moving, because once you get into the bedridden stage, that brings you down even more, your health down. So I think that is good that he's staying active and he's staying moving around. and I hope he continues to do that and figure out like the different alternatives that can help with that.
Absolutely. And we do have an update on Greg's health, so make sure to stay tuned for our news and gossip section. I'm telling you, it's loaded. Erika.
Yes. Yeah, I really found the scenes with Greg and Nene very touching. And I do feel like finally, after seeing so many seasons and years of RHOA Nene, we are finally really getting to see kind of what she and Greg are really made of. Because I think we've all Greg has always been nice and kind of low-key and laid back or whatever, and very supportive, but positive and never really getting into it with anyone. So I think to see her really being a rock and supportive of him is a nice look for her and kind of a change, because we're kind of growing accustomed to some of her other antics. So I think that's kind of nice. And yeah, it's just really touching to see what he's going through, to see his kind of weight loss. I mean, he still actually looks good compared to people
I feel like he
I've
looks
seen.
fragile.
He looks fragile, but then I've seen other people that have been going through similar things, and they look like really scary sometimes, and really. But I think he sort of basically is keeping it together physically so far.
Well, we want to send recovery vibes to Greg once again. We love you
Yes.
guys. Nene said something that was really interesting. She goes, they might not like me, but they sure love Greg Leaks. That is something that I really, truly believe.
I agree. That was like so on point. Because
It's
I
so
was
on
like,
point.
you can never really, because there's so many husbands like Peter, so many husbands that got into it and got
They've
into
all
the
done
fray
crazy
and got
stuff.
so petty. And Greg is the only one that kind of like always supported Nene, but wasn't really into mess.
Even when they got like dirty, he didn't come for her on camera. He waited till like they were not filming for him to be a little shady.
Yeah.
But every couple goes through their thing. I just feel like it's so great now because they've come back. They really love each other. I feel like they got a second chance. So I just really, really hope that everything is fantastic and it stays that way.
Yeah, the thing about Greg and Nene's relationship, I think what's different between everyone else is that everyone else came after the fact. And that's another thing that I was saying about they are looking at Kandi and Porsha and whoever as a come up. Like Todd, that's what he was fighting with Mama Joyce about, because she's like, oh, he's the cameraman. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like that's one thing. Greg was there with Nene from the start. So that's
Yes. Well, the girls are getting glammed up, and we're on our way to the venue to surprise Nene. She says she's figured out a way to deal with the hecklers. She's happy that the girls are here, and we're here. We're doing a prayer circle again. I'm loving this camaraderie, as Convo said. I love that there's another prayer circle. Let's do this. It's showtime. The show is great. I think it's a perfect role for Nene because, like she said in her actual bit, I'm not a comedian. Like, I love that she was kind of the host, you know? She was kind of keeping the ball rolling in the introduction. She was definitely, what is it called? The hype man?
MC.
Yeah.
She was the MC. She did a good job. What did we think about the show? What do we think about Nene's performance?
I think Nene's amazing performer. I think she's really being herself. I think she's the life of the show, and I feel like she's bringing that to the stage. I have not seen her stand up, so I don't know about that. But as a life and personality of the show, I think she's doing great.
Yeah, I really like the fact that she was a host, because as a comedian, there has been a lot of backlash between like Nene Leakes, Tammy Roman. There's a lot of reality stars kind of, okay, now I'm going to do comedy, and they don't really have material.
Yeah, it's
and
not
that's
really, there's no material.
Right, they don't have jokes, and then they get up there and they kind of like talk about news and gossip and whatever, and it's entertaining, but it's like, it's not comedy. So I like that she was hosting, and I know that because she's such a large name, although Lonnie Love is huge as well, that was kind of how they were
She's
able
a
to...
comedian. Now, she's a comedian.
Yeah, like Lonnie Love and Melanie Camacho are amazing and been doing comedy like 20 years,
Yeah.
both of them. So they're both very, very strong comedians. But I liked that she was hosting it, and she's probably the draw. Because at the end of the day, it's
Exactly.
about money.
It really
And
is.
she can sell out a show, but you still want those people that be entertained.
Yeah, you don't want to leave going, she wasn't funny. She just talked about like being a Real Housewife, and it was great because she was being Nene, but there was no jokes.
Right, exactly. So I liked that they also showed us clips of Melanie and clips of Lonnie Love, so you got the vibe that it was really a great show. So
Yeah.
I really liked that.
And you're a comedian in real life. So
Yeah.
how do you feel about like people like a Nene or Tammy and And they have personality. They can be funny, but them getting shows and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, so that's what I was saying. Like a lot of other comics, they have been getting a lot of backlash within the comedic community because it's like, okay, they're not really comedians. And so I think they do have that challenge to be respected among comics and among really professional comedians. But at the end of the day, every comedy club wants you to fill the seats. So you have to respect that they have a draw as well. So, I mean, I think it's just like with acting or writing or any other craft.
Or hosting, like us. Hosting.
Right, if you respect what you go into and you don't come into it like, oh, okay, I'm doing this and that, then it's fine. So
I would dip in and I would do like stories from the set or something, you know, like more storytelling, like very like a Kathy Griffin kind of comedian.
Right.
If you've ever gone to Kathy Griffin's show, she's not telling you who crossed the river jokes or like why did the chicken cross the road. She's telling you like, oh my God.
Brooke
It's like,
Shields did this.
I ran into Cher and do you know what that biatch told me? Like it's storytelling. So I think I would be fabulous at that. So I feel like Nene should kind of stay in this lane. She does have something, but maybe let's not call it comedy. Let's call it storytelling. Like that would be good. Nene, call me up. Boom.
But you know that
I'm gonna produce a show for you.
That can cause a lot of problems though, because you know if you say, "Oh, I'm going to tell a story about, oh, look what Porsha did," then Portia's going to be mad at you. You know what I mean?
So.
But that's
our
is
new
true.
normal.
And
this is our work. Our work is to talk about each other and like be on the show and entertain these people. We're a cast. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And Kathy Griffin has taken a lot of heat because that is her shtick. So, but there's room for that, and I think that Nene can do it.
Let me just say, y'all in the chat, it is like popping. Y'all are straight up fighting.
What are they
like,
saying?
oh my God, Penny Ritchie's trying to set it straight. Whole lot of Porsha haters up in here. She's living her best life. She's got her businesses and Dish Nation. She doesn't need to trap a man. And then Jada Adele said, say it louder for the people in the back. I'm like, they're just...
Who said she trapped someone?
They're saying they're trying to trap Dennis and she's that desperate and she doesn't have any money. Like,
See, I don't think she's trying to trap Dennis. I think she's doing a Kenya. I think she's paying Dennis so she can have a storyline.
I think it's the other way around. I think Dennis is trying to trap her because I've had that situation where guys are like,
I think she's definitely trying to like have like a baby love storyline. She's just going with like the next,
But why him?
Next.
She could have went with Ricky Smiley before him.
I honestly think that's who she should have really booed up with. Like they have a connection. They have a little like touchy feeling kind of flirty kind of relationship. But Ricky's busy. I see he's got a new show. Did you see the ad for that new show? He's like, I don't know what kind of show it is, but he's busy. So let's talk about something else. So we're going to move on. We're on the roof. We're having cocktails. The relations are mending. Desperado vibes is what Kandi's telling us. Don't be trying to get married like that. Like, calm down.
Kandi knows some tea.
I got tea on your man.
But see, I like how Kandi is being classy with her tea because if you remember when Cynthia brought her man, Eva was like straight up like, your man ain't nothing.
Here's the thing. You might like how Kandi's approaching the situation, but Twitter was going off. They were not liking that Kandi had this tea for Porsha only because... Kandi, you know what it feels like to bring a man around. Everyone did this to Todd. Everybody was trying to dig up dirt on Todd, trying to find out, oh, he in New York, he was this, that, like, he's trying to come up, you know what I mean?
It's one thing to dig up, and it's one thing to know what's going around town about your man. That's different.
Yeah. Well, we're going to really get into it, but we want to remind you guys, make sure to subscribe to one or two of our channels because we do so many shows. We do live sci-fi shows. We talk about your favorite drama, so make sure to subscribe and comment and let us know in the chat that you did subscribe, and we will shout you out. I got it, guys. We will shout you out, so make sure to let us know, though, hey, I subscribed to 2 or more of our channels, so we will shout you out. Actually, we will shout you out, definitely. I will look through all the comments and shout you out next week, actually. So we really, really, really love your support, and thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, the ESPN of TV Talk. So let's get into this. They're on the roof. They're having it, and they just don't know what's about to go down. They're like, let's go check out this room situation. Little elevator down. What do we think about this? I think Porsha handled it pretty well because I would have been pissed.
Yeah, I thought Porsha did a great job. I guess her anger management is finally paying off.
The shade.
No, she's
after
getting
all this time, yes.
penis.
Yes, or whatever. So yeah, because I think usually she would have fought because clearly the doorman brought Portia's bags. Marlo sent them to the different
So
room.
wrong.
Although I mean, I'm kind of curious. I'm like, Porsha, you already have another suite with your man. Why did you put yourself in the penthouse?
Yeah.
But okay. And so the whole thing was sort of interesting, but she handled it great and she was really cool about it. So I
I
like
think
that.
that's one reason she wasn't mad. She's like, I'm staying in the room with my man. So
Exactly.
why be
She's
mad?
in love. She's like, I ain't mad about them little things. I'm in love. And it's a little hot in here, guys. If we could turn on the air. I don't want to melt, darling. I got the face on. So we're all FaceTiming. Fendi sandals. We need the tea, Kandi. She's talking to Todd and Baby Ace. And Baby Ace is saying, Mommy, keep the tea under control.
I think Todd wants her to keep it under control because they're just now getting back cool. So
Exactly.
It's
He's
like,
like, we went through this already.
Yeah.
We went through it with me. Like, they were doing this about me. He's like, just be cool about it. Let's talk about the outfits of Miami, because y'all were not the business, this outfit.
Hello.
This trip with the freaking outfits. Let's talk about the outfits. Who had the best outfit? Who had the obvious, like, the worst outfit because they were totally wearing, like, winter wear? I think Porsha had the best outfit. It was very Miami. Miami is white. Like, white. You know, I thought she looked really good. Thanks, Josh.
Eva is fashionable. They were all melting like you are right now. The wool hat, I don't know. Marlo is usually like fashion forward. Maybe she just.
But Eva wasn't looking so hot either for a model. What are you wearing all that baggy clothing for? I like the glasses.
Well, maybe it was the confessional dress. It was like a pink dress, right?
The confessional dress was cute, but she didn't wear that to Miami.
Oh, well, that was cute.
I'm trying to remember. I don't really remember. I thought
Kandi was wearing like a club to go to the to the club.
Yeah, it was black or
daytime
something, right? Yeah, it looked
with the
crazy.
biggest heels. It
Yeah.
made no sense.
They were trying to Uber 2 blocks away.
Cynthia was wearing the longest, flowiest gown, but it looked heavy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So it wasn't like flowy beach. I don't know, y'all. I think the outfits were just a little weird.
That whole scene totally confused me because, I mean, and people in the chat let me know. But yeah, like Florida, it's definitely humid. I'll give you that. But I've been to Atlanta. It's hot as heck there. So for them to act like they're not used to heat, I was like, you guys, you live in Atlanta.
You live in Georgia. Where
Thank
it's
you.
so
Atlanta in
humid.
the summer is like cray cray. So I don't
Never
know
been.
why they were acting like, oh my gosh, it's so hot. Although I agree, I would not walk 2 blocks in heels either. I'd be like, dude, I'm getting into
I
it.
would have Ubered. I'm
I
like,
would've
it
Ubered, too.
looks close, but that kind of stuff, especially when it's like a building, it can look close, but it's actually super far away.
Especially in stilettos. Like, that hurts. Like, no way. I would have hopped in that Uber all day. Like, I wanted to see how they got back home, to be honest. I was like, how do you get
You know
back
they
to the
took an
hotel?
Uber
I
back
know.
home. They too bougie for this.
Joseph Boza brings up something interesting in the chat. Well, he just brought up Miami Housewives. So I'm saying, why didn't they invite any of the Miami Housewives to
Because that
the
show was canceled. Because it was
Cool
canceled.
with any of those girls?
Although they could have pulled.
I don't remember any of them.
Although,
Actually, I
no, the
remember
one who was married to Scottie Pippen is going through a divorce.
Is
so
that
they
the-
could have invited her because
What
she
about
just
the
filed for
one where
divorce.
she got mad because someone said her private part smelled?
Oh, and then the one whose mother just
Yes.
her face was like so.
She looked like a
had
lion.
85 facelifts. They
I think
would've
she
been-
passed, actually.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to talk bad of the dead.
But
so,
she had concrete in her face.
Concrete?
Yeah.
Yes, because she was also on Botched, and she told them they put, like, concrete in her face.
Okay, we're not going to talk about them because that show was canceled and they weren't invited.
Yeah, anyway, so, Porsha and Marlo at the club at 3 a.m. What is happening? Marlo says, no, I don't like Dennis. I love Dennis. And this is a fabulous start. I love this Porsha and Marlo little friendship they have going on for now. I know
Yes.
Marlo's going to do something to piss
I was
somebody
about to
off of me
say-
eventually. This
I
is
was
not
about
going to
to
last
say,
long.
it's not gonna last. I can see it happening, but I hope it does. I hope it lasts.
And I'm just going to say, of course, Marlo is going to like anyone that buys expensive gifts. So I think it was an obvious win-win for her. So I liked it.
Yes.
And I
Well,
liked also, excuse me, sorry.
No,
I
please.
also love the fact that she was very cool about Porsha wearing her stuff. Because I'd be like, Porsha got her big old booty and my cheap looking Versace stuff. Because I was like, okay, you say it's Versace, but it looks very cheap and stretchy to me. But I don't have any Versace, so I don't know. But she was very cool about Porsha jumping her hot butt in her clothes. Because I would have been like, ooh.
I don't think she cared because Marlo has a room that's the size of a closet, so I think she has plenty of clothes.
Yeah,
It's not that you don't have clothes. I'd be mad, though.
I know.
I don't care what I got.
I
You're not
did
gonna
think
jump.
she was going to say something
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
Actually, I was watching with my friend, and she was like, why are they eating breakfast in the... I would have been like, if you're going to eat breakfast, get out of my Versace outfit. So.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure she has plenty of clothes, but I still would be like, girl, please, get out my clothes. I don't care.
Well... These winter outfits, it's fine. They were supporting Nene, and we love it. It's so heartwarming to see that everyone is getting along, and it's something to think about. Is the season gonna last like this? I don't think so.
I don't know. We'll see how long Dennis lasts. It looks like he's lasting. Marlo likes the Rolex.
Dennis he's hot tonight because he is gonna be awarded our MVP for tonight. Why are you guys asking? He didn't do that much.
Yes. Well,
He didn't do much,
He didn't do as much, but his gut did plenty. plenty. And so here we see Dennis and Porsha with
picture.
matching
belly
pregnant
bumps.
bellies. So yeah, I don't have a problem with being overweight because I too am overweight. But yeah, don't wear tight shirts on TV.
Oh my God.
It's not a look. It's not a thing.
MVP.
Yeah, I'll let you and your neck tattoos go, but the gut.
So
yes.
last week's MVP was Porscha's butt, or it was honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
And then
this week, her boo's gut has made it.
Well, I think honorable mention will go to Nene for the way she's been taking care of Greg.
Yes. We'll keep it positive. We'll keep it light. But you know, we shady around here. We shady. You guys, it is time. Let's get into our
news.
Should we do tweets or news?
Tweets. Okay, do
We're
tweets.
gonna read your tweets. Yes. So Kandi tweets tonight. She's part of our poll, and she voted no. She said, how many of y'all share the same toothbrush with your significant other? On purpose. Hashtag RHOA. So, I mean, the consensus was it's pretty nasty. None of us are really down for it. I thought there was going to be at least someone that was like, yeah, I've used it. Who cares? You've done worse things. You've done worse things in your mouth. You've done blah, blah, blah. Thought someone was going to come forward, but no one did.
Well, I mean, if you're swapping spit, is that the same?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could really do a lot of nasty things. The toothbrush is like the least of it. But, you know, Kandi did say something important. It's for tartar removal. So we're going to move on to the next tweet. It's by Shea Bella, Lioness9779. And she tweeted, Marlo, you can live in a small place. You used to live in the projects. Quote, only Nene to remind you where you come from. I said what I said.
Yes, so funny. That was hilarious.
That was a laugh out loud moment of the episode. That was fantastic. Let's get into our news and gossip because it is loaded with good stuff.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, party
Breaking news.
people.
So I'm gonna do my news first, and we're gonna keep it positive, and we're gonna just let you know right now, Greg is cancer free.
Thank goodness.
Yay.
Nene shared, well, he's not out of like the woods, but he is cancer free for now. This is the update for Greg's health. Nene said on Watch What Happens Live, right now he's cancer free, but we're at a new stage. Is he going to do chemo or not? Even though there's nothing showing up, there could be something microscopic. You know, this isn't something that's like new. Everyone does this usually, even if they have a little cancer scare or they found something tiny, they do a round of chemo. The only thing that is just really, really bad for your body. It destroys your insides, but it can really help. So they want to do this, but Greg is at that point where he just doesn't know if he wants to do it to his body. So they are considering all the options, including holistic. That's what Nene said. She also threw a little bit of shade at Vicki Gunvalson because she said in this same interview, because she was asked about, I heard you met Vicki in New York, and she's like, yes, I met Vicki. And they were like, what do you think about her and Steve? And she was like, oh. They were like, were they affectionate? And she's like, not really. So threw a little shade at the new love couple. So Vicki said, no, Steve wasn't even with me. Nene's confused. I don't know who she thinks she met or whatever. Minutes after that, Nene unfollowed Vicki on Instagram.
The shade.
The shade and news and gossip. Go ahead, Erika.
Okay, so they recently shot a party for Cynthia. I believe this is going to be the season finale episode. And Kenya wasn't invited because, she's not on the show. But she crashed this party. And it was a big deal because this was kind of her, drama move, we think, to get her back on the show. But supposedly Bravo might ban her now. Now maybe she won't be a friend of the show, but we'll see. She crashes the party, but she was also mic'd. So the thing is,
They're not going to ban her.
Is she gonna make it on the edit floor, or are we gonna see her later in the season?
I feel like she's gonna make a cameo.
Yeah,
so
they're
we'll
not
see.
banning her
We'll
at
see.
all. I don't think so.
Well, Nick Hill in the chat says, I think the drama this season won't be as heavy as the previous seasons. I kind of agree with that. We really, really like you guys in the live chat. Make sure to tell your friends to watch live because it's exciting. And what you give us is like what we're giving you guys. Make sure to follow us on all the social platforms. Let's do some predictions.
Wait, what was his name that you just?
Nick Hill.
Nick Hill. Do you think it's because they got rid of Kim
Well,
and
he
Kenya?
did say, Nene said in an interview that all the people who brought the drama, they're no longer on the show. So it's the best season yet.
So we'll see. And then the last thing I think also is that I did read an article that Kandi has decided to go forward with a surrogate, and so she will be having another kid. So I know they dropped some hints last week, but I guess we'll see, because
She's going to have another baby?
That's the word on the street.
Well, it's not the same if you have a surrogate.
Okay, we need to get Riley up in here.
Yes.
We need to get Riley up in
Because
here.
Riley said what she said.
Okay, I want to know what she thinks about this. I know she's going to have a lot to say about it.
All right, you guys.
Let's get into some predictions because we do have some things to talk about. What's going to happen? We've already been kind of
And now,
measuring.
your AfterBuzz
What's
TV
going to happen
predictions.
for the next
So,
couple months. What are we going to deal with? Did you have something about the Real Housewives Awards?
Oh, yes. And sorry, so much news and gossip. Okay, so for the Real
we're bringing up news and gossip right back up. Sorry, guys.
Exactly. So they recently had the Real Housewives Awards for all the every show in the series, and so Nene won for most iconic moment, and that was at the one last season where she's going off.
Oh my God! Did you guys put in a video? Ooh.
Yes. So that is the most iconic.
I don't think that's the most iconic moment, but
It's pretty good though because she continues to fight without flinching. Marlo is such a good friend. That's freaking hysterical.
Yes. So this was voted most iconic moment across all of the franchise. So as opposed to New York, Dallas, everybody. So that was an interesting win for Real Housewives of Atlanta.
We doing video clips up in here. We moving up. We in the big studio. Make sure you guys are watching us every Sunday and tell all your friends.
hello, like, comment, subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, I like that. Like, comment, and subscribe. I like that.
So my prediction is that Dennis will give Porsha some earrings, a necklace, and a bracelet before she gets her ring.
Thank you, combo.
My prediction is that once Kandi spills her tea, she and Porsha will again fall the heck out.
I am shook on the Kandi news. The chat is shook. Everyone's like, what? Why does she want baby number 4? I'm still tripping about this, so I need time to process this. My prediction just went out the window. I can't believe Kandi is gonna have another baby.
Well, she's not having it. It's a surrogate,
I
so
know,
it's not the
but
same.
well,
It
you
is
know,
the same
we
because
ca-
she's not at home and she's still working and she has 85 jobs.
That's what people are saying. She's so busy. Oh, you guys. Well, my prediction is we're going to meet the new wife. We're going to think she's a little weird. I think she's going to bring a lot of openness to the group, and I think she's going to shake it up. You know what I mean? I think we're going to be shook, but in like the confused way. Not in this normal, traditional Real Housewives of Atlanta kind of housewife where you just come in and you create trouble. I think she's going to come in and stir up the talk. She's going to talk about really unorthodox subjects,
Like open relationships.
open relationships,
right. I
open
heard about that.
sexuality. She is one of the stars of the Bring It On movie. She is 90s iconic realness to me. She's from the group Black. Oh, baby, bring it on to me.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so we'll play Boom Like an 808 next episode for you guys. You guys can catch us every Sunday at 9 p.m. here at AfterBuzz TV. Make sure to download us on iTunes and Spotify. I am your host, Lian Castillo. You can catch me on HBO's Camping on Sunday nights. Here on AfterBuzz OC, we're wrapping up. We only have a couple, like 5 more episodes. So make sure to check me out tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Real Housewives of Orange County. Love you guys. Hollywood Lian on the Insta.
Make sure you check me out on Real Housewives. I'm not Real Housewives. Love and Hip Hop. Hollywood, Love and Hip Hop. New York, Love and Hip Hop. Miami, all of the Love and Hip Hops. You can also catch me on Chad Loves Michelle. It's a new show that's on OWN. And you can catch me right here each and every Sunday. You can follow me on Instagram, Conversation Piece, or Twitter, MISS Combo, PIECE.
What's up, party people? You can catch me earlier on Sundays for Ray Donovan here. You can also catch me Wednesday evenings at 8 doing Real Housewives of Dallas. And we're about to wrap up, I think, in a few more episodes as well. And you can follow me on all of my social media at Erika, Erika D as in door, Edwards.
Drew, we'll see you next week. We hope you feel better, baby. Love you guys. Bye.
All right, love you
AfterBuzz. Thanks
guys.
for tuning in.
Ciao.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.